Did you see the
But
skit with him as Jeffrey Epstein on SNL a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago?
yeah, no, but that's a great way to start the podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode
Oh, crap.
42. Welcome to episode 42 of Artisan Exchange.
We're not political.
It is Friday, June 5th at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, what did we just witness on the Game Fest?
Man.
A festival of games.
That we certainly did.
It lived up to its namesake.
So, yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about new games that were announced at, Game Fest, State of Play, and all the other little things in between that we may or may not have watched. I didn't because I've been busy. My wife is currently Mesopotamia. My wife is currently 400 miles away in Atlanta, and I am at home with both kids. Thankfully, I've gotten them both asleep. One is in my bed in another room over. The youngest is on my lap right now, and I have a wrist condition.
Condition, what's your vision? I don't know. All them platinum trophies you've been racking up, and it's paying off in bone grinding in the wrists. Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you. I think
Putting the work in.
Dissidia probably is the cause for it. So what I have, apparently, I went to urgent care last Saturday after, weeks of just waking up in the morning. It's really bad in the morning when I wake up. This isn't even the right brace I'm supposed to be wearing. I just can't really do anything with the correct one right now. And I was trying to take care of the kids earlier. But apparently, fun little thought experiment for you guys. Try this at home. If you're watching at home, take your thumb and stick it under your palm like this. Open your hand up like the number 4 and wrap your fingers over it. And then hold your hand forward and squeeze and bend your hand forward. If that feels normal and doesn't hurt, congratulations, you're not me. Because whenever I do it, my whole hand feels like a knife goes into it. Because you have this tendon.
I'm doing it right.
You have a finger down in this right here.
Make a fist, but tuck your thumb in.
Yeah, stretch this muscle in your thumb forward.
I always was told, actually, a couple students told me a couple years ago that if I did that real quick, I could break my wrists.
Well, apparently there is a tendon sheath that runs from your thumb like all the way down your arm, and when it gets inflamed, it's called de Quervain's tenosynovitis, and it hurts like a mother. I swear to God. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night, and now it's caused my wrist cracks and pops whenever I turn my hand a certain way. Like, I can feel it clicking.
It's been me for a decade, man.
Doing this right here, but no, it like this the part of where your thumb meets, it feels like a knife going into my hand. We're getting rated right now. We're getting rated into the pod.
Laney.
All right,
Raiders.
Excellent.
Cool. So anyway, back to your broken wrist.
So yeah, it hurts really bad, and I've been trying to compress it, and I have a spica splint that I've been wearing on my thumb, but like I said, you can't really do much with it. So I have 3 different braces that I carry around depending on what I'm doing. It's like a wardrobe change midday. It's like,
I just think he's about to give me the Samoan spike.
This is the heated one. So this one is gel, so I can freeze it or I can put it in the microwave depending on what I need. But it's nice.
Do you wear when you sleep? Because I've had to wear mine in my sleep.
Absolutely. That's when I definitely wear the spicas. It's the one time I don't mind having to hold my thumb out. But
all the
like when
channeling is in a umanga.
But yeah, I think the that one trophy on Dissidia is what's doing it, because it was for a while just tapping the O button, and then I finally just I said, you know what, turbo controller, program the button, hold it, and then I was like, but the damage is done.
Well, I guess I can join in on you there, because here on the podcast, Midlife Crisis with Our Wrists, I'm having some extra issues too lately. I've been doing summer school this past week, where I've been hanging out with anybody from pre-K up to 6th graders and 7th graders that need to really use the deodorant, but I digress. But I've spent my fair share of cutting things to a gratuitous amount of things this week. So my fine motor skills were put to the test, and my hands have been hurting a little bit extra this week because I've been meticulously cutting things and doing lots of little things with my hands I typically haven't done. I tied my body weight in bracelets today, including one that was made for my daughter with state-of-the-art pipe cleaners and beads. And then one of the teachers today said pipe cleaners aren't pipe cleaners anymore and made it sound like it's a politically correct thing, and I don't really know. So I'm going to make a real cool sound and
That is
put
some AMSR.
AMSR.
Hey, man, stop right now.
Yeah, that just makes my hands hurt thinking about it, and that's also the reason I haven't built that Lego set. We said we're gonna build that weeks ago, and then I was actually gonna do it, like, last Sunday, and then I'm like, "Nope, I'll do it when I get back from vacation. I need a break," and then here I am still streaming, like,
Ooh, I
6
wanna do
hours.
this.
Ooh.
I've had it for over a
Wow.
year, and then whenever you brought your Game Boy out, and I said, "This has been dying to be put together, and one day I'll do it." But I only have one camera, so I really can't do it on stream, but I might just take pictures and say, "Hey, what the
I've
hell?"
got a spare webcam, I'll bring one to you. I'll drop down and get some pizza.
Ooh, at Grande Eduardo's.
But,
For those that did come in with the raid, thank you guys for coming in. I know we slowly or quickly acknowledged you, but thank you for coming in. This is our podcast that we normally do on Fridays. We talk about anything and everything. Just
And sometimes nothing.
sometimes absolutely nothing. But thank you guys for coming in. Lainey, I'm so excited to have you join us in a few weeks. And I guess we can go ahead and drop the topic right now since it's already on the table. But we are going to be talking about musicals with her.
excellent.
She is a large musical fan and expert. So I'm looking so forward to that because all of three of us are musicians and into music.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
If you're new to the podcast, we haven't explicitly stated what we do here in a while. It's been a minute. Most of the time we just talk about whatever, like Viper said, but the original intention was we are a collective space to bring creatives together, whether you're a musician, an artist, a streamer, or if we've had people on the past who, do cosplay. Our first guest is a friend of mine who does nail art. Like anything that is remotely creative and you have a way to promote it and you want to promote it, that's what we're here for. So that's our primary thing here. We haven't had a lot of guests on yet, but everyone that we've had has been super fun, and we are hoping to keep having them.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the nights it's just us talking about whatever. And this week we, sometimes we struggle for topics, and whenever those happen, we just end up talking for an hour about past stories that we find humorous or interesting. And but tonight we actually have a topic because today was the Summer Game Fest, and a few days ago was the PlayStation State of Play. So, as you know, we're all PlayStation players. We have some things to look forward to and talk about. So, we're just going to chat about that tonight. Dude, I've had 3 controllers in the past few months that have stick drift on them now.
I've not had one.
They all went out at once. It's crazy.
Yikes.
Like, unfortunately, like my favorite one right here.
Yeah.
I got to go get it. You know what? I could do that this weekend, get it repaired this
This
weekend.
one right here has it's supposed to have some stick drift or anti-stick drift technology inside of it. So,
Well, I have never used it, and if I can reach it without waking up my son, who is on my lap right now, I can't reach it. I have the second Astrobot controller, and I love it, and I don't want to use it. So the original one was the one with the I think it was Astrobot's eyes that were open, and this one is the one where he's like making like the squinted smiling face. But I love that controller; it's so cool.
Are you
But I'm
taking it to
still-
replay to get fixed?
Probably will. And if they can do it for a reasonable price and a reasonable time, I might take the others because I have this one that went out, and then I have either one or two. So we have the white base one and the white pro base one. I think both of them have drift now, and then my wife has one that I just got custom made for her birthday, which was like 4 months ago. It already has drift on it, and it's supposed to just be
Do
a
the
regular
boys
controller.
play on it at all, or is it just
Yes.
strictly?
Because
Heck yeah.
I keep saying put it in the charger in the entertainment center, and I come down in the middle of the night and it's like lying upside down on the couch covered in like Cheetos. I'm like, why?
There's your problem.
There's your problem, right?
Don't
Oh,
understand
have
why
I
this
ever
one though. No
shared-
one ever plays this one but me, so I don't understand that one.
You mentioned Cheetos, and then I went on my tangent. Viper probably knows about this story. It's a very quick and brief one, and it ties into what I was going to say about GameStop in a minute. But my brother and I had obviously our fair share of consoles, and I'll get into that with the GameStop. But one time, my friend of mine was trying to look at a PlayStation that was kind of on the fritz. It was one of those really cool ones that had the LCD screen attached to the PlayStation, so I could play it like
Yeah.
sitting at home.
Oh man, remember that?
Oh, so cool. But disc stopped reading, something like that. I don't know. My friend opened up the lid to the PlayStation and then ended up getting the top of the clamshell off to discover an entirely 100% intact Cheeto within the PlayStation. And he called me and he goes, Dr. Janitor 35, how did your brother put an entire Cheeto on the interior, like on the inside of this PlayStation? Like it wasn't crushed, it wasn't smashed in there. It was like God's gift to I don't know.
It's like finding treasure.
I kind of wanted to keep it at that point, just keep it intact and like put it under glass and say, this is a magical moment. But yeah, uh, all this to say, I think I told you boys about it the other day, but GameStop had or is currently doing this sale where they're taking in damaged consoles
Mhm.
and giving you up to 50% extra trading credit as long as it powers on. And they're apparently it's your mileage may vary depending on the people who are running your GameStop. And the one in insert nuclear facility town Tennessee here, um, they were really
Manhattan,
nice.
Tennessee.
Fat Boy, Tennessee, or Little Boy or Little Man. I forget what it's called. Anyway, actually, I was watching a nuclear thingy not long ago, but I digress.
Fat man and little boy, yes.
Fat Man and Little Boy. Fat Man and Little Boy. All right.
Fat man in a little town.
GameStop. They gave me $120 trading credit for a PlayStation 3 that I'll admit I really wanted to have fixed because it was backwards compatible. Someone had probably put a new hard drive on it that wasn't like standard because it had 320 gigs. And when I got it from insert used bookstore that's totally going to get torn down soon, um,
Are they
I
actually
just didn't
tearing
get
it
it to
down?
work. The building beside it's been torn down. So I feel
They
like it's
finally tore that dealership down that was closed
Yep.
forever? Wow.
Mhm. Yep,
Didn't I
I
haven't
so
been
I
down
have a
there.
feeling it's coming. Yep.
Mm.
But, I digress.
Huh.
That got traded in, got $60 out of that. I kinda broke even from a case, so that's fine. And then I had purchased a Wii U at a thrift shop down the street from our house, which didn't have a tablet. They considered it, no, it wasn't damaged, it was fine. It cosmetically, it kinda looked like crap, but I paid 20 or $25 at the thrift shop for it and ended up getting $60 trade-in credit for that too, and I went, that's not bad." So $120 towards we're probably gonna look into a Switch 2.
Yeah.
Star Fox coming out, that's something I wanna pick up because 'cause I've always loved me some barrel rolls. And then
They're aileron rolls.
rumor mills saying that there's an Ocarina of Time remake, and if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I also intended on bringing in a Game Boy Color that my little brother had. See, I'm circling back from the Cheeto thing. But for the third time in a row, I've tried to take it to the McKay's bookstore, got denied. I took it a second place, I forget, didn't take it. The GameStop in Nuclearville, USA didn't take it because there was a barcode missing off the back that was maybe like the size of my pinky nail. And they said, "Sorry, man, we can't
Why do you need a
take this. We
barcode
just
from something that's been out of production for 30 years?
I couldn't tell you." And the battery cover was missing, and they weren't worried about that, but the barcode was. So that was the universe's sign to tell me to contact Replay, which is why this triggered this whole response because I'm sending it into Replay. They're going to replace the screen with an LED, LCD, LMNOP screen, whatever it's called. So backlit. I bought a battery cover off of eBay for $6. I'm gonna pimp out this Game Boy because the universe told me to keep my brother's Game Boy, and by God, I'm gonna pimp it out.
Gonna put in an OLED screen with a rumble pack, a 2 terabyte hard drive.
Yo, dog. And Replay called me and they said, "Hey, look, we can go as invasive or as not as you want. If you wanted to have it charged, we can, we'd have to cut some more of the battery pack area out, but you can, USB-C and plug it up and stuff." And then I
That's
thought,
crazy.
I mean, that's really cool, but I don't know if I wanna get, like, that deep into it
It's
'cause
Theseus's Game Boy. Is it truly a Game Boy if it has a USB-C port?
see, that's the deal too, because I've seen his work on the other ones. He's put them on his Facebook page, and then I've seen them in the store, and they're super cool. But this one has sentimental value, obviously. I should have never try to get rid of it. Um, and so I'll get the whole OG Game Boy experience of popping in some batteries, and I could just get rechargeable batteries because that's what I used to do with my Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I just had some Energizer or Duracell, whatever the heck they were. And I even have my wife's Game Boy Color that still actually functions and works very well. It just
Nice.
won't be backlit. So if my Dandelion one works well, which is somewhere on my desk, if that turns out well and I like it, we might do the same thing for this one too. So,
That's cool.
and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Sorry, I hijacked you for a minute, but I went off on a tangent about Cheetos and GameStop and replay games. So,
Nah, that's fine.
yeah,
If you know your brother, putting an
yeah,
entire Cheeto and closing it in the PlayStation
intact.
Was it for
does
science?
not surprise me.
Robbie, whoops, I don't know who Robbie is, but Alden, I don't think you ever knew or
You
met
could have
my
gotten
brother.
away with it if you didn't immediately follow it up with a different
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Robbie is not the name of my brother, but he's a friend I knew. But anyway, Alden, I don't think you ever got to meet my brother before. So,
Mm-mm, I didn't.
but Viper was very acquainted with little Benjamin.
Oh, I love Ben.
Yeah, but
I'll still fire up my Xbox like from time
Mhm.
to time, and I'll
Mhm.
still see our last message that we sent to each other, and it'll just
Sweet boy, I miss him.
make me feel things.
Hmm. Yep. All right, we're not gonna bring this down too much, boys. You want to hit anything else before we get into state of play and Game Boy
Um,
Show
I'm ready to
5000?
talk. I'm ready to talk about it. Let's
yeah,
go.
Let's do it.
we'll just talk right into it. All right,
Let's talk about that.
Which one do you want to go? State of
Do
play?
state of play first
All right.
because it was a couple days ago, right?
All right,
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Cool.
So, state of play, was there anything that jumped out to you guys, um, that was an instant I gotta have?
So for me, nothing on State of Play. I don't know if there's anything new announced, but the only three things that I noticed were all things that were already announced. It was just nice to get release dates and windows for those games. And my big three from the State of Play were Wolverine, Silent Hill
That looks
Townfall.
violent. Yeah.
Yes, Silent Hill Townfall, and the game Ill. I don't know if you've noticed that one. That one was announced a while ago, and honestly, I think most people thought it was vaporware. But it's starting to shape up and look more and more like a legitimate thing, and it looks ambitious, but I think it might be incredible if it delivers based on what it looks like. So,
Agreed.
So, one that actually surprised me that I was not prepared for was the Ace Combat. I don't know if any of you guys are into, flight games, but
not typically.
I literally watched that trailer and literally thought it was a Top Gun game. And I was like
Nice.
so excited for it. And then it was not a Top Gun game. And I was like, you know what? I've never played any of those games. I know they're all on, PS Plus, or a
Mhm.
lot of them are on PS Plus. So I think I may just try to see if I like them or not. And then
Yeah, I was about to ask if you had played any of them before because you
I
started
haven't,
sniffing around.
no.
Okay.
I think I played the demo for one back on the PS2 back in the day, and it
I'm
wasn't
sure I
my
probably
thing,
have. Yeah.
but
It looked really good though, and I will say that every single game that I saw on the State of Play looked fantastic. Like,
True.
they are bumping up the graphics, the images of every game that they're producing.
yeah.
I didn't really see a game, and there's a lot of games that I wasn't interested in, but they still look really well done.
Yeah.
And so, for all the game developers out there, if you're listening to this, we want
Send
to
us
give
money.
you props. Send us money, but we want to give you props for doing a good job.
Jolly good.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Alden hit on Ill. That was one that
Mhm.
kind of stood out to me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember if I had heard it or not before. It does kind of look like a generic Resident Evil 7 ripoff, but it looks really
It does look really good.
really good. I have no idea. I have no context of it. I think I was kind of like half listening, but definitely watching.
Yeah.
Um, full disclosure: if you hear barks, we have a dog now. Without
Doggo.
without going into long stories of details, the ending of the school year ended absolutely terribly, and to compensate, we got a dog. Um, but we'll discuss that another day. So I was, like I said, I was kind of half listening to the state of play while dealing with the dog and grumbling to myself. But ill for sure looks like something I would look into. Um, Alden had also hit on Silent Hill Townfall.
Mhm.
I'll get it. I'm not quite sold on it yet, but I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point. And he hit Wolverine.
Wolverine
S-
looks great.
Wolverine does look
My
great.
god.
Yeah,
The
it's
reason
looking.
so
Yeah, go.
obviously it looks like a fun gameplay loop. Um, but I just for its own merits have to get it just because it's an Insomniac game and it's in the Spider-Man verse, and
Yeah.
those games have never missed.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
man.
just
Um, Going with state of play, I'll hit these quick because I kind of wrote down a couple extras that I'm kind of shocked that you guys didn't mention. But Tomb Raider, I forget the subtitle for it, but it looks like they're rebooting Tomb Raider again.
Yeah.
And I kind of liked the Tomb Raiders over the last decade that kind of showed Laura as this,
Survival.
like, look, it's a little baby, but now she's over here gutting people and
Yeah.
ripping their
Yeah.
intestines out, choking them with them. I'll probably give that a play at some point. I never was super into Tomb Raider as a kid, but with these last decades worth of Tomb Raiders, that they really stuck with me, and I really liked them. Until Dawn 2, I was a very big fan of Until
That
Dawn.
one looks really cool.
see I've
Yes,
never played the original. It's been on my backlog for a long time.
It
it's
is.
worth it, and maybe throw it into your spook fest. But it's got Remy Malik, it's got Hayden Panettiere, it's got other people, but it plays like a Telltale game.
Yep.
And you have storyline progressions where you can have characters live, characters die. Um, Interactive movie, obviously.
Yep.
But
Have you guys seen the movie that came out, I think, like,
No.
last year?
I saw a trailer for it, but I didn't know if it actually came out yet.
I think I started it, but I'm really bad at, like, movies, so I
Hmm.
literally just fell asleep. Woke up and the credits were rolling, so I didn't see hardly any of it,
Oh,
but I did start it
I forgot that actually there was a movie coming out for it. But
because
I
it
don't know
was
if
on
it's.
Netflix for a while. I'm not sure if it still is on Netflix.
I looked at
Netflix
Alden's
is not.
camera and I thought, when did I get a black and white cat? Because I was like, wait a minute.
Sebastian's
You're
decided to
okay.
join us tonight.
Hello.
Um,
Um,
there was a Dune game that they showed in the State of Play.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
It looked really cool and interesting.
I have not gotten into the Doom universe, so I didn't really have any
I
context or
haven't
care too much.
really, but
Don't walk on.
it's not
I can
something that I would
appreciate what it
not
looks
be
like, you know?
into. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's walking
Dynasty
on the baby.
Warriors 3 came out of nowhere. Like, I was
My
not
nip.
expecting that.
I do remember playing some Dynasty Warriors, and again, speaking back to my brother, going around full circle, that was his jam. Japanese style fighting games and anime, that was his shtick, and he would have absolutely loved that. And
See, Dynasty
he
Warriors 4 was my jam, and that was the one that I played all the time in, middle school and high school.
I may have played one or two of them as a demo, but I do remember my brother owning some of them at some point.
Yeah.
And the goal in life is to, kind of circle back to things that I knew he liked or would have liked. So I might, end up picking that one up on a whim, but I wouldn't, day one actively go out for it.
Yeah.
I'll hit two more real quick and then we could slip on to what happened today. Um, this one came out of left field for me because I really liked these as a kid, even though they were hard as hell. But Stuntman Hollywood. I loved
Oh,
the
yeah.
Stuntman
I must have
games.
missed that.
I've never played any of those.
Well, okay, so if you're not super into driving games, then this is not your cup of tea. But if you're into being meticulous about stuff, this is. So, Alden, this screams you. Uh, you're basically a Hollywood stuntman, and you're just kind of running through takes of various movies, and they kind of had some generic titles, like an espionage game, a volcano movie. Sorry, espionage movie. The one that stood out with the trailer at State of Play was they showed the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and you fully expect
I do
Christopher
remember that.
Lloyd. Yeah, you expect Christopher Lloyd to stick his head out the window and go, "Great Scott," or something.
Great Scott!
Yeah.
But then you see the stuntman helmet going ding, and then I went, "Oh my god, it's a stuntman game." The trial and error on those kind of games would make you want to pull your hair out, but when you pulled off the stunts, it was chef's kiss. So
Is it
I'm definitely
as
going to be
hard
looking.
as Driver was? Did you ever play that one?
I played Driver 2 and Driver 3. I skipped the first Driver, but I had heard just that the training in the first Driver turned people away.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Like, the first, like, introduction level was
uh-huh.
so difficult.
Yep, I had heard horror stories about that. I don't think I've actually played the first Driver. With Stuntman, it was either I think they had at least two games, Stuntman and then Stuntman Ignition. I think Ignition was a little bit more forgiving, but if you didn't hit takes exactly, and you had like 3 strikes and you're out, like you missed 3 things, like hit this box, jump this rail, hit the button to do a little gimmick, they'd slice you up
Yeah.
in terms of that. But I'm sure there's probably things in place now, and technology is better than it was 20 years ago, so that's going to make things a whole lot more manageable. So I'm looking forward to Stuntman. But the one I really liked, and I kind of figured out what it was because I didn't catch the start of it and had to rewind, was God of War Laufey.
Yeah.
Buffet, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I didn't finish watching that just because
Uh,
I'm currently going through the first one,
uh,
off stream,
yeah.
just kinda on my own.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really watch a lot of it. I saw the beginning of it,
Mm.
but
Really, from the trailer it showed, it doesn't really spoil anything.
okay.
Because what you saw at the beginning of the trailer
Would
was
be
the beginning of God of War. I mean, yeah.
and I'll
So
love
you're in
to
the
see
clear
it.
there.
See, that I did
Um,
not know. I thought that was the end of God of War, 'cause I haven't played it.
no, very, very beginning. That's how you
Oh, that's
kind of
cool then.
start off with your adventure. Yeah. So
That makes more sense.
yeah. So yeah, State of Play was pretty impressive. I have not really. I guess since E3 kind of died off several years ago. Ironically, I'm back to my brother. I remember watching in 2018, sitting on my couch about 2 weeks before he died, and we called each other flipping the fart out over Resident Evil 2 remake. We lost our minds. And so for like the 2 weeks until he died, my cat's being stupid. Hang on. 2 weeks before he died, that was all we talked about. So, but speaking of remakes, we'll hit that in a second. Um, Super Game, Jeff Keighley dance show. What do you want to hit on that?
I had 3 that stuck out to me, and obviously, I'm gonna let you lead with one of them because I know it's your thing, and I'm gonna end with the one that is my big thing. But one, that actually kind of stood out to me, and I actually saw something about it a few days ago, um, was RuneScape Dragon Wilds. That looks interesting.
I forgot about that. I mentioned it to my wife because she was big into RuneScape.
RuneScape was my first MMO I ever played. I played
My
it when
ball
I was
player.
about
I've never played a RuneScape game.
Now
it was
it
on
was wasn't it a browser based game for like years?
there is a client you can download, but they eventually split off and there's 2 games. There's like there's RuneScape and old school RuneScape. And the newer one I think still gets like, expansion, and it's kind of like WoW Classic and stuff like that. But it's a different kind of MMO. It's like a point to click where you move, and like a primary function of the game is like leveling up all of these skills. Like there's like, I think it's like 27, 30 skills, something like that.
Mhm,
It's just a bunch of skills to level up.
mhm.
But there are quests and stuff, but a lot of the quests are way more involved, and like it's not like a World of Warcraft quest. It's like go kill 5 sheep and come back. It's like you need to go to this person who's in the bowels of this volcano on this island far away, and like each quest could take like hours. They really felt detailed. But the point and click thing was like, it just kind of wore me out. And once I started playing WoW, I was like, yeah, I can't go back to RuneScape. But for years, I would occasionally pop back in and try to play it again. The problem is I did not like the company that did it. They would like randomly just like delete your account if you did anything what they deemed to be a violation of their
That's how my
terms of
wife lost
service.
her account. Yeah.
It was awful. So I don't have my original account, and I made another one in college, and I guess they deleted that one too. And then I made another one a few years ago, and it's probably gone now. So
Mm.
whatever. But yeah, it just kind of looked interesting. I don't know much about it. Is it going to be still an MMO, or is it going to be a single player game? Is it going to be console based? I don't know anything about it. But it kind of struck that old school. Reminded me of the old days of high school when I played RuneScape as my first MMO. So that was kind of cool.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'll give it a looky, Lou. I told my wife about it, and because similar story to
Passion.
you. She
You got to stay down,
she
dude.
was she was she was RuneScape, and I played it maybe a little bit, maybe a couple months in high school or college, but I'm not super into fantasy. I'm starting to like slowly dip my toes in, but I got a long way to go before I think truly appreciate it. But
Yeah,
now, did they show it today at the Super Hoedown game show, or
Yeah,
was that on
they
State of
did.
Play too? I
they
saw
did
it on
show
State
it.
of Play. Okay, cool. I
So
must
maybe
have
that's where I saw it originally was State of Play. But yeah, they showed it again today too.
Okay, good. All right. Anything else you want to hit on today's before we
I'm
go
gonna
to
s-
the Vipey?
So
I'm gonna
overall,
I was about to say I'm
what
gonna
did you
let you.
guys think of the summer game fest? Were
I
you
thought it was okay. It definitely
excited
had
about it?
more. I was excited about it because I knew what was going to be announced.
Hmm.
I just felt it, and I was right. I was scared that the pre-order would go live for it. Um, well,
Oh, for the excellent difficult game. Yeah, me too.
the what?
What?
The game where the ducks were carrying the egg around the whole thing, and
I actually might play that.
that's adorable, and I really
that looks
freaking
cool.
want it.
It kind of reminded me. It kind of looked like Untitled Goose Game. So
That's what my wife had said. She goes, "This looks like Untitled Goose Game mixed with something else." But
but
yeah, that looks great.
no, yeah, that's another one on my list. But no, the main feature of the presentation, so we'll touch back on it a minute ago in a minute, but that and Rev were the two biggest highlights for me, and I'm gonna let you lead with that one because I know that was probably the thing you're most excited about.
You said Rev, and I was like, "What the hell's Rev?" But I got it now. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'll hit Rev, and you go back to the main event. Yeah,
yeah. Viper,
cool.
what you got?
Viper, go.
So, one thing that I am looking forward to is Alien Isolation 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That looks really cool. If you have not played the first one, it's not so much as a jump scare horror game, but it is very intense.
Yeah, it has very intelligent AI, especially for when it came
Yeah.
out.
And then
Oh, that game.
yeah,
Yes.
the Alien game.
I'm not super into the Alien IP. I did finally watch Alien
Mm.
maybe last Halloween, and I loved it. It was
It was
super
so
good.
great. The first Alien movie that I watched that I got introduced to it was Alien versus Predator.
I wonder if I've watched that.
If you have not
Was
seen
Jesse
that one,
Ventura in that, or am I thinking of
No.
Predator?
you're thinking of Predator 2.
Okay.
Predator 2.
You mean the
Right.
governor?
Danny Glover.
This one probably released
Predator 2,
in
Electric
the early
Boogaloo.
2000s.
I vaguely remember that because
I don't think that there's any like popular people in the entire movie.
popular.
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 Another one that I remember seeing, I don't know if it's last year or the year before, was Sea of Resident. Do you guys remember seeing that one?
Mm-mm.
It is a pirate, like anime style game.
Was that the one that had like the punk song for the trailer?
I think so.
Oh, it was like it was kind of like a an
Where
an
you
alternative
didn't
rock.
know, you
I
didn't know
was
what
just
it was.
I was so confused. I was like,
But
okay.
I think it is turn based, and I think it's from what I remember in the last trailer, because the last trailer actually showed a whole lot more than this trailer was. I will say that there was a lot of stuff that had music in
Mhm.
it. I felt like music was everywhere in these trailers today. But I'm looking forward to that one. It being a turn based kind of an anime game. Um, Another one that I don't know if I would play, I would love to watch, and, Alden, you might enjoy this one, but the Star Wars, what's the name of it?
I missed it.
Tactical
I missed that one.
The Zero Company.
Mm.
It's a Star Wars tactical game. So
See,
I know that you enjoyed, or well, I don't know how much you enjoyed, but you struggled through Final Fantasy Tactics on your channel.
I didn't struggle that
Oh, you
much.
struggled.
Dude, you haven't seen struggle until
You said F this game.
I think I said F this game
Fajitas?
probably more to the 13.2 DLC than I did anything ever
Oh.
in history of streaming. Oh my gosh, that was awful. Yeah, tactics games are not my biggest thing. I think I like Final Fantasy Tactics more for just the story than I did for the fact that it was a tactics game. So I'm not big on those games.
Final Fantasy Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs. But the story on Tactics was actually really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I cannot hear Tic Tacs now. Oh God, why did I even say that? Okay, sorry, boys. Keep going.
But no, I have a hard time keeping up with Star Wars games because it feels like every year there's like 2 or 3 more announced, and I'm just like, it is like the most oversaturated IP.
Well, I mean, Disney's trying to soak all the money they can out of it, you know.
They be leeching, yo.
They be.
Good Lord, Sebastian.
But Vibe, you want to hit anything else?
The one that I did not see that I'm gonna have to go back and look at is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
There wasn't much to it, and I don't know what The Last Ronin is, but I kept hearing the motif of.
So it's actually based off of a comic, isn't it?
I think.
Graphic novel.
Yeah, graphic novel. Where isn't like three of them have like all died and there's only one left?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
I'm not
is
going
it blue?
No.
It's orange.
Purple.
I don't know which one he actually is.
You cannot sit on the baby.
I'm not going to display it who it actually is, but I mean, I read this book, and back when I wasn't even reading books, and it is great.
I've heard it's really good.
Story to it. It's very, very graphic. Obviously, it's a graphic novel, but it's very dark, very bloody. So if the game is anywhere close to what this book actually is, it excites.
Is it in black and white?
No, it's in full color.
So you can tell me what ninja it is?
Nope. Because he actually doesn't. He actually doesn't hold his original band. He turns it black.
Rude.
I mean, you say what you want, but
anyway. I did. Rude.
I'm excited to go back and see what that looks like. Hopefully, there will be future trailers. I don't know if they gave a release date.
I want to say they did. But
I didn't catch any of it other than I just heard Jeff Keighley say the name of it, and I saw like a screenshot because I was like, I just walked in the door with both kids, and I put this little one in his playpen, and the oldest one had just jumped on the PlayStation, and I was just trying to get everything put away, but so I missed most of it. I was carrying my phone around my hand like this, so I didn't catch any of it. But
like I said, there wasn't much. They just had some lore and said words or letters and text, and then it had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but like in a somber lead ninja way.
Teenage Mutant.
Yeah.
A dark minor key.
Yes.
But as far as we're gonna go into the main event because obviously that's what I'm going through right now as a first play on my channel.
But don't forget mine. I gotta say mine.
I know, and I'm leaving it for you, but that pretty much made that Summer Game Fest. If that did not get announced, that Summer Game Fest would be a whole lot worse, in my opinion.
You're really banking that whole thing? I guess I haven't played it, so I guess I can't really.
Just because there was a lot of stuff that I would not play.
Mm-hmm.
Like it started off with the The Resident
You're still in his show, man.
I don't care. Yeah.
But it started off with the Resident Evil.
I was kind of shocked it started off like that.
When it
I don't know,
started
coming in with
off
a
with
bang.
that, I was like, okay, so we know what we're getting at the end with. Because that's about the
Well, it's the
only
same
thing
thing.
that would take the
Started off,
place.
Wolverine. You know, it started off really heavy.
Start off with a bang. I get you.
But other than that, there's not a whole lot that I would go out and get at the very first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Red.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I like State of Play more than I did Super Duper Jeff Keighley Hoedown. So,
And looking through all the trailers, like there is so much sci-fi. It's either aliens, it's zombies, which I'm all about some zombies, but golly, it's just oversaturated at
Yeah.
this point.
Maybe part of the reason that you liked the State of Play more was because if you don't count, 20 minutes devoted to God of War, there was only 40 minutes of stuff versus Game Fest, which was 2 hours. So if you take away the exact same amount of things you like in 40 minutes versus 120 minutes, it makes that 40 minutes seem a lot more, condensed in.
Oh yeah.
So, because I took away about 3 from each, so I can kind of see where you're coming from that you like State of Play better.
yeah, fair enough.
But what did you really like out of
Attack on Titan 3?
Whoa!
On a sidebar, though, I think I'm getting bit by an anime bug because I kind of want to look into it. I don't know.
I'm gonna
why
be honest with you. I didn't know there was a 1 or 2.
I just knew of the anime that has like the big giant naked humans, and I think they eat people, and I have no context other than that. Yeah. So one of these days I might fall down an anime rabbit hole. That might be my midlife crisis as I suddenly get into anime, but whatever. Wolf Among Us 2.
Slowly get into anime. And I started watching Attack on Titan, and it's definitely one that you have to like pay attention to.
Right.
And I'm not good at that at all.
Mhm.
The one that I really enjoyed is on Netflix, and it's called Frieren.
I don't know.
It's really good. Definitely check it out.
I got told about Uzumaki because it was an influence from Hideo Kojima, and so I kind of got a Cliff's Notes version of it, and I think they actually turned it into an animation series, miniseries, something.
They did, but I've heard because it's Junji Ito.
But I've also heard it was the Drizzling Poops too. So
was it Junji Ito? Yeah, I've heard most of his adaptions don't land well because so much of his the appeal of his is his art style, and it's very hard to translate that into anime. But
yeah, we're getting off on a tangent here. Stellar Blade, and that kind of made me think of Ghost in the Shell, which again I have negative zero knowledge of anime. I got nothing. A negative none. I mean, but it looked cool.
You just broke the physics.
Yeah, Stellar Blade looked cool, and I have no context of it. But I told Viper and Alden in the green room, I thought it was Ghost in the Shell because I thought of Scarlett Johansson's movie a couple years ago.
I do remember it was what it was.
I think I remember watching Ghost in the Shell on HBO when I was a kid, but I, again, had no context.
There's a lot of similarity between what we saw today and Ghost in the Shell just by jiggle mechanic.
And I wasn't going down that route. I was just looking at the fact that there was this ninja-y astronaut suit looking lady assassin running around.
The colors, with the
maybe the color
suit,
scheme. Yeah, I mean,
it did.
That's where I lean towards again with me with my
Ghost
negative.
in the Shell is having a video game.
Yeah, me with my negative zero anime knowledge.
Go back and play Stellar Blade the original, or watch videos, and you immediately see how it was obvious what that announcement was going to be.
Okay, I'll have to check into that one.
Yeah. Just for like the 3 hours I played it, I still know.
One more before I hit my main event, aka the best one. But Wolf Among Us 2, I thought Telltale Games had gone down. So I was nice to see Telltale pop up again. That was one of the Telltale games I'd never played, but I'd heard good things of. So I'll definitely want to pick it up.
Things about it.
I'll pick
So
it up, especially with it being remastered, and then that'll hit me up for Wolf Among Us 2. So,
the company actually did go down for a little bit, and then they did come back.
so I didn't know that.
Know
Okay,
that. Yeah.
hadn't
I
heard
found
that.
that out today
Oh,
in a chat
all right.
Okay.
Main event for me:
for you.
Resident Evil, not Code Veronica.
Ratatouille.
I'll admit that missing the word code seems a little weird to me, but whatever, I'll take it. Alden told me you haven't played Code Veronica?
I am not.
I
No.
I have played part of it years ago.
Okay.
I played Code
Okay.
Veronica X on the 360 about halfway through it.
One of you had mentioned, like I said, not remembering how the beginning had started, or
That
one
was
of you
me.
had
I don't
mentioned.
remember how
Yeah.
it started.
So going into it, I ended up getting spoiled on it because I didn't actively start watching it at first because I thought, I'm not too interested. And then social media blew up with, oh my God. And I went, oh
my
crap.
God.
Yeah. So, of course, I went back. Was like, damn it. I wish I had 3 minutes to go back so I could go look at it with everybody on planet Earth. But the setup does already stray differently from how Code Veronica started, and I'll just leave that as it is. But I didn't really see gameplay. You saw all the greatest hits that you would expect if you were to see a Code Veronica remake or Veronica remake. My wife has zero context of it. She's really never played any of the Resident Evil games, but she actually read the first novel, so she knows of what happens storyline-wise there. And so I kind of filled her in because she saw the little bugs on screen and said, why are there ants? And I said, well, when you mix the zombie virus stuff with ants, there's some zombie ant virus, something such. And she goes, oh, okay, got it. But this Loki was probably my favorite of the old classical style Resident Evil games. And yeah, I'd mentioned that my wife had bought them all on Steam, and she'll probably pick up the 4 remake. Yeah, my wife. Code Veronica's only downfall for me back in the day was if you didn't know ahead of certain story events and character switching, that would put you up a creek because you had items in one's inventory that the other needed, or you left items in one part of the map or part of the game that you needed in the other part, and you were shiitake out of luck because you just had to go without. You wouldn't necessarily get soft locked, but you would have a hard time.
Yeah.
Would I get as irritated with Code Veronica as I was Extermination?
Not even close. I mean,
even
I would be willing
close.
to bet. I would be willing to bet that you could make it. I mean, you played through Requiem.
Yeah.
I think you're in the clear. Now, if you had picked up OG Code Veronica, yeah, you'd probably be real pissed off. But it's going to be good. I know I can almost guarantee that they've retooled it so that you won't have that same issue. They probably ironed out some of the storyline stuff. There's a little bit of not transphobia in it, but kind of some wording that's a little bit frowned upon nowadays. That's all I really going to dig into that one. I don't know if Alden is
I would
familiar
say
with.
they changed that.
Yeah.
I barely remember the name at all.
Um,
I do have to
It's
say
not
though,
spoiler.
we're starting an ad and like, okay, you had the option to snooze. Thank God you had the option because I didn't. I guess for my last stream, I used all my snoozes, so it says I had none left. So
okay.
that's good.
I
That's
snoozed
cool.
it.
Without going into detail, there's a cross-dressing event happening, and then a character calls him a cross-dressing freak, and then so that's. I mean, it's not awful, but you know,
I did not
nowadays
know
I'm
that
sure
section.
someone probably nowadays would probably get a little offended, and you know, it's not my gig, not my thing, but someone probably get upset with it.
I mean,
so they'll
hey,
probably PC some stuff.
in Shrek 2, the fairy godmother calls the big bad wolf a gender confused wolf, and it hasn't ruined that movie for me.
There you go.
Still the greatest sequel ever.
That reference.
I would not understand that reference, but
You
I do
gotta
remember
watch
the
Shrek
reference.
2. God bless. Just watch Shrek 2. It's so good.
But I remember Mulan where they said something about my great granddaughter didn't have to be a cross-dresser. I remember that because she'd, like, form the weird shape of her mouth too.
Don't
That's weird.
But
remember that at all.
yeah,
Hey,
I do. Anyway, so Resident Evil Veronica. Uh, I'm here for it. I'd like to know what part of 2027 it's going to be in, but I don't care. It's coming, and I'm excited. And
I
I've told all in this, but I am kind of going my way through the older, the previous Resident Evil releases. Right now, I'm going through Resident Evil 4 for the first time, the remake since it initially came out. I'm going to try to platinum it because I've already got 7 done. Requiem done. I'm
excellent.
one trophy away from finishing 2, and now I'm just kind of plowing on 4.
You're killing it.
Yeah, man. I love
You'll
me
get
some
it.
Resident Evil.
Well,
You'll get
that's a
it.
perfect segue because as you are currently platinuming the entire Resident Evil series, I am currently platinuming the entire Final Fantasy series.
Woohoo!
And
Which sounds like a
we
miserable time. I don't
it's
think
so
if
much fun.
gun to my head, I would probably die if I were to have to do it versus die. I
Okay,
would
some of the
probably say
games
you're
have
right.
have honestly been amazing to play through, and I've really enjoyed them, and it's very cathartic when they hit those platinums. But some of them have been an absolute nightmare. Like Dissidia
Mm.
has been one of the worst ones, just because of how grindy it is. The whole game is just a grind. Um, but it's got me involved in playing like 14 finally, and I actually am enjoying that. I've been looking forward to coming back and playing it. And I probably will play a little bit after the podcast tonight. Um, but that leads us to the biggest announcement today.
Yes.
And finally, we have a name for it. Final Fantasy VII Revelation. It's finally announced. And
And we also have a release time, not an exact date, but a release time
and
for it.
honest to God, I was actually happy that that's what we got because I was so afraid we would get a release date because
But your
whenever
credit
they
card couldn't handle
always
it.
do the release date, they always announce the pre-orders for the collector's editions. And I bought the collector's editions for Remake and Rebirth. Remake was $320 and Rebirth was $350. And I do not have the money to buy that right now, and I want it. I really do want it. So I was so relieved that they didn't have a release date available because that gives me time to put the money back for it. But because the remake came with a Cloud and the Hardy Daytona and Play Arts figure, and Rebirth came with the Sephiroth Static Arts figure, and they both are. You can't see them off frame, but they're in my corner over there. They used to be on my computer in front of me, but I have no room in this office anymore. But no, I was so excited to hear about that. But I was so scared of waiting for that release date that the whole time I was watching the trailer, I'm just sitting here like, release date?
Yeah.
Release date? So I don't even remember any of the trailers, so I'm gonna go back and watch it again tonight. But I do have notes, I have my reservations. I am very scared based on the way they've presented this game, that it's going to be so truly open world that you lose the narrative focus, and it is a Breath of the Wild situation where here's all the events that are going to happen, but you get to choose what order. And I'm like, I don't like that. Not because
This
it's
is
a
like Dead
bad
Rising.
not because it's a bad game design, but because it doesn't follow in line with the previous 2 games. The first 2 were very linear, and all of a sudden you're going to make it to where it's like, hey, do you remember the section in Medill? Well, now it can happen before you go to Wutai. That doesn't make any sense. Hey, you know the Northern Crater? We're actually going to do that before we go to Rocket Town. Why? No, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm very scared about that. But seeing the trailer, one thing I'm very happy to see, s not really much of a spoiler, if you haven't finished Rebirth, because you've never played the original, so you don't even know what I'm talking about anyways. Um, I think myself and, others were very scared that all of the weapons were going to lose their distinct features, um, from what we saw in Rebirth, and there weren't going to be uniqueness, but the trailer very much showed us that all the original weapons are gonna be coming back, and it's gonna be amazing. And weapons are not like weapons,
Yeah, yeah.
they're the
No,
giant
they're like
monsters.
monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
And
original
I
game
do know
had
that, the emerald, the ruby,
Ruby, yeah.
omega,
Um, there's Ultima, Ruby, Diamond, Sapphire,
platinum.
and there were just 5. There's Emerald, Ruby, Platinum, Diamond, and Ultima.
Okay.
And the only one you never fought in the game was Sapphire. because in the original, spoiler
Sapphire,
alert, for
baby,
30 years
yeah.
later, it gets its head blown off in a cutscene, so you never fight Sapphire.
Poor Sapphire, baby, yes.
But that was interesting. If you saw the trailer, did you see the little part where they showed a little extra tag on, and they were about to shoot the weapon with a cannon, and it deflected and then blew up the harbor? That did not happen in the original. So that I thought was interesting
No, I
that they
must have
showed
missed
that,
that.
because in the original, the cannon blows its face clean off and kills the weapon, and that's it. So in this one, to see it go, "Ooh, gotcha," and then it blows up the harbor, I was like, "That's new." Now, in the original, part of the harbor did get blown off because that's part of the narrative. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it does get shot, but not a giant energy ray blowing up half the city. So that was interesting. So I'm curious to see how they dip and dive through the established lore, but they've already shown they don't care about adhering to certain things. So as long as they stick the landing, I just personally, again, we have already had 2 full games, and they have ended where the original game's first disc ended. And granted, disc 1 of the original game was the largest, and disc 2 was the second, and then the third was almost nothing. But it still feels like narratively a lot to squeeze into one game, and I hope they handle it well. But Rebirth was a 180-hour platinum. I think that Revelation, so it feels so weird having a name for it now instead of calling it Part 3. Still think Reunion would have been a perfect title for it, but they wasted it. But it's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. I'm scared, but I was scared for Rebirth too, and then it ended up being my favorite game of the year when it came out.
There are 3 discs from the OG, that's why there's 3 game releases. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I was wondering if they actually confirmed only 3 whenever you were telling me that last time we were talking about it. Would there be a part 4
They did
just
when it
for
came
that
out,
scenario?
but I was getting
But
scared based on how Rebirth wrapped up, which, to be fair though, Rebirth couldn't have ended any other way than it did. And again, I'm not gonna spoil it for you because you're
yeah,
currently streaming it, but when you finish it, you'll know it has to end where it does. It's a very
if I finish
narrative.
it.
I swear to God, it's bad enough that you quit Crisis Core. Do not quit Rebirth.
No, I'm not gonna quit it. Just the world may end by the time before I actually finish it.
To be fair, you only stream like
That's
3
what it
hours a
feels
week
like.
now.
Yeah, barely. But yeah,
And here I am, like,
um,
trying to get as many hours as I can. I'm like, I've only got 26 hours this week. I got to do more.
I can't stream during the week now because I wake up before God does.
God never sleeps. That's the problem.
Well,
Womp
he doesn't turn lights on.
He
Well,
turns them on the other side of the world. You just need to move to Cambodia.
yeah, you American centric piece of crap.
Holiday in Cambodia. I know that song from Guitar Hero 3. Anyway.
Did anything else pop out into your mind?
No.
Nope. Resident Evil
Going
Veronica.
back into Star Wars, we got the Mario Kart ripoff game.
Mario Kart ripoff?
Yeah,
Oh, the pod racing
racing
gimmick. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't care about it.
dude. I think I'm almost done with kart racers.
Yeah, I have been for a long time.
Now, the one that really did look cool was the Hot Wheels game.
I showed that to my son. He was like, "Whoa, no
It
way."
looks very, very arcade. It's definitely not something that I would want to play for hours and hours, but it does look like something that I would take a break with, for sure.
With your son.
Oh, my son has stole my PS5, and that's a different topic. for a
That's why you
different
need
day.
2.
No, I do not need to.
I need to.
The Saw game. Did you guys see
I
that
was
one?
interested until I realized it was a Dead by Daylight kind of rip.
Exactly, because I saw Bloober come up, and I'm like, "Oh, man, I have to get." I'm working on all the Bloober Platinums too, and I was excited, and then I saw 3v1, I'm like, "I'm done."
So somebody
Yeah.
said that they named him Billy? Does
Yeah, Billy
anybody
has
know
been the
that?
name of the
Billy the Puppet has
doll.
been since day one, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jigsaw.
Jigsaw
Jigsaw's the name of the
was
killer.
Kramer's
Oh.
name.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I only watched the first 3.
And by the way, Ellie
please.
was infected the whole time, okay?
Okay.
That's a deep cut. Oh, I love it. Awesome.
What's so special about Ellie?
But they were
Well,
saying that, and I was like, Billy is the name of the doll in like Dead Silence.
No, I'm like 90. Well, now you're making me second guess it.
Billy the Puppet was the name of the Jigsaw puppet from the very first
Billy the
movie.
Puppet, literally Billy the
Always
Puppet.
been Billy the Puppet.
I've
You-
always called him Jigsaw.
You know, it's funny that we were talking about Saw, and then earlier you mentioned Uzumaki
Did you see Saw?
because same
Yeah.
design.
Yeah, it was kind of different when they were showing off that whole premise. I was thinking that they were going to tie it into Jack the Ripper somehow because it was showing World War One
Yeah,
or
I had no
two.
idea what was going on.
I thought, where are we going here with this? And when I was checking Google for confirmation of Billy the Puppet, they're showing Claire's Code Veronica look, which looks awesome pants.
I haven't got to see that yet.
Can I
I
screen
was driving.
share on
I
stream
was
live?
no, we can't. We don't have that set up.
Oh, dang
And
it.
do not swap your camera feed out for your Google Chrome.
But I,
Please God,
but
don't.
I want to so bad. 'Cause
Anyone
it
out
looks
there
so
listening can
awesome.
look it up. It's fine. We
I
also only have
wanna show.
we have
Yeah,
less than
we're
3
on
minutes
our
we need to rate
last
out.
ad break. So overall, I thought it was good. I definitely liked the state of play a little bit better. It held my interest
Ditto.
a little bit more. That's not surprising to anybody that listens to this podcast or is on my channel. That my yeah.
That is a good outfit.
Yeah.
um
Yaska.
Anybody that listens to me or is on my channel, me losing interest is not surprising to anybody, especially for 2 hours.
I'm still waiting
But
for you to pick up Extermination. You're never gonna know what's happened.
Well,
I picked it up and I threw it across
the two things that didn't get announced that I'm not surprised that I wanted to see
Kingdom
more
Hearts
of
Forward.
were more on the Silent Hill 1 remake, which I guess they didn't want to overshadow Townfall. I understand that. But also, still waiting for a Mega Man Legends collection to get announced, and I'm just going to live and die on that hill forever. Hopefully, at some point. But we have less than 2 minutes, so we do need to rate somebody out.
Do you have anybody you want to raid to?
Never do.
Okay. All right. We will raid out to someone playing Kingdom Come
Pickleball.
Deliverance. Tiny Asparagus.
Okay, can do.
She's a cool person. On the Quick Theory 4 stream team with me. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, Lainey, for bringing your community over and trusting us with your group of folk. And
Help fucking top.
she is a do what?
I said it'd help fucking top.
If you can type.
I put
Thank
asparagus.
you guys for coming over. Hope you guys come back. Hope you guys enjoyed our talking and goofing around, which there's a lot of that here.
Yeah, when are we gonna get down to that? I'm
What, goofing around?
sorry.
We're goofing around always, but
Just goofing.
so we're
New
gonna
boot
raid
goofing.
out to Tiny Asparagus playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance.
All
And,
right.
we will see you guys next week. I will be streaming tomorrow, hopefully.
I'll be back with
Fingers
Lightning
crossed.
Returns tomorrow night, assuming my wife gets home from her trip in time. I might be holding this child all night again, but he has done well. I've held him the entire time, and he has not woken up, so he is a good boy. So anyway, we'll see y'all next time. And
I'm not streaming anything either, by the way. So
you never are. Go give Viper a follow if you're not following him yet, and if you want to, be alerted for our next episodes, leave us a follow here. But also I do other things, I promise. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Peace.